winds?
I think it's more northwest right now.
Okay, so there's a little bit of outflow possibly from that at this moment. So that's, again, that could be right at the pivot point of that. So I know you're going to get taken. Yeah, you can see the lower part of that as that's coming in. Again, right now, Bob is located right in Caney, just on the north side of town. And Bob, I'll let you can holler back as you need to. Stacia, I know that, yep, there's the outflow from that. So that is now pushing on through. This is outflow dominated in here, so that will help. And the only place that we'd worry is a little bit further north. The tornado warning, I think, expired. Did it at 9?
It does, yeah. It's on at 9.
Okay, so the tornado warning is over with, and we are into the severe thunderstorm now. And so we're more of a wind event right at this point. Let's look at velocities one more time if we could.
Up here.
So it's still, yeah. So right at the apex of this pretty much. So this is the outflow from the cold air, from the thunderstorms, this flowing outward. And that's what we were looking at with that shell. And then Bob is just getting hit now with the heaviest of rains. And so there is maybe up here around Elk City, Crane area, Wayside, you guys are going to have some really low clouds right in here. And so this is where most likely circulation would be that would give you a little bit of a chance of probably having some issues. The biggest issue right now is the strong damaging wind potential associated with this. So let's go and get a storm track from Stacia. And if we don't see any tornadoes, and we'll talk about Bob, we might get to go over to Channel 6, can go back to regularly scheduled programming. But it is a close call right now, kind of on this northern side. So we're going to watch this for a few more minutes, Stacia.
And that's the part, Trav, that I have tracked for us is north of Caney and then kind of extending back down along the outflow boundary. So for Tyro, 905, for Copan, 908, Independence also at 908. And again, these storms are now getting into western Montgomery County. So from Caney up to the north, those strong winds moving in from Havana back up to Elk City, and potentially a small area that could rotate for us. But from Dewey at 917, Coffeyville 920, Bartlesville also at 920, and then Lenape 927. And severe thunderstorm warnings now extend from northern parts of Montgomery County back into northern Washington County and then across Osage for this cluster of storms, this line of storms that will continue moving south and eventually get into the Tulsa metro here in the next couple of hours. So we'll be watching this and tracking this, Trav, for a while tonight.
All right. Yes, we will. And let's go over to Bob right now, who's in the midst of it all. So you again see that outflow boundary from there, or Stacia has that well defined for the storm track. And then where Bob is located, you see Brandon. Bob, what do you have for us? What's going on?
Yep, that outflow boundary did come through here. We're now just on the leading edge of the storm itself. I don't think that was a real rotating area that we were seeing with the lightning, but I do think we've got a lot of wind just getting ready to come into the Caney area right now. Back to you, Travis.
All right. Hey, thanks, Bob. Greatly appreciate it. So that's moving on through, and Brandon's a little bit further to the south of that. Brandon, if you're there, if you could just give us an update from Bartlesville. Looks like, is there any inflow winds? Is there still strong south winds with you or not?
Yeah, Travis, there is. We're getting about 20 to 25 mile an hour south winds into this, and just a lot of lightning off the north and north. No, west here on 60, Travis.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Since we are going to a severe thunderstorm warning for now, and since this is more outflow dominated, we're going to go back to programming on Channel 6. So you can we'll do our breaks and commercial time, and we will give you updates as we go. But for continuing severe weather coverage, what we'd like to do is have you switch over to CW if you're concerned about this in our area to the north of Bartlesville. And then on Channel 6, we'll be doing cut-ins as we go through the commercial times. But at this point, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for northern Washington County. That just catches Bartlesville. That also catches Pawhuska. And so strong gusty winds and also damaging wind potential. 60 to 70 miles an hour will be possible along this line. That includes portions of northeastern Montgomery County and northwestern portion of Labette County for an additional severe thunderstorm cell there. But this is the main areas that we're going to be watching. And at this point, without a tornado warning, we will do coverage, as I said, on our CW station. And so at this point, we'd like to return viewers for Channel 6 to your Channel 6 programming. And for CW, we'd like to continue right now with CW. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more information. Keep it here. We'll keep you advised.
If you're taking an antidepressant, but you're still masking your depression, you could be experiencing a partial response to your antidepressant.
Partial response happens when your antidepressant alone isn't enough. Let's try adding Rexulti. When added to an antidepressant, Rexulti significantly reduced depression symptoms more than an antidepressant alone. So you can build on your progress.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have an increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings. Or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions, report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. Ask your doctor about Rexulti.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles. Indoorsy Tina loves a deluxe suite. Ooh. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Ooh, this is our night.
Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Only Shingrix is proven over 90% effective. Shingrix is a vaccine used to prevent shingles in adults 50 years and older. Shingrix does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. An increased risk of Guillain-Barré syndrome was observed after getting Shingrix. Fainting can also happen. The most common side effects are pain, redness, and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering, fever, and upset stomach. Ask your doctor or pharmacist